Welcome. When you come on in, say hello. Happy Sunday, wherever you are. It is just a little after 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, and my glasses are dirty. Let's see if I have my little bitty eyeglass cleaner here. Hmm. Oh well, I guess my shirt will have to do. When you come on, say hello. Hello, Mary Ellen. Let me see if I can highlight some comments as I go along here. Welcome. Just cleaning my glasses. They're really dirty right now. They were clean. So we are going to go ahead and get started. So I want to welcome you, whether you are joining me live or whether you are watching the replay. Got a little project for you today, and this project kind of serves two purposes. One, so I can bring you alive today, and two, so I can basically pre-record one of the videos that I need for fall retreat, for a project that we're doing at fall retreat. So I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. And so, hello, Beverly. Welcome. We're going to go ahead and get started. I will tell you, when I did the announcement for today's live, on my sample, I used the Winter Meadow paper, but with what I'm going to be doing today, I want to do it a little bit more generally. So I'm going to be using the Garden Walk paper, which is basically the same paper that I used last week, because I want to use up this package with some different projects. But also at the same time, I have several prizes that we're going to do. But I'm going to do the drawings at the very, very end so that we can go ahead and get started with today's demonstration. So, and then I'm not going to do any other announcements other than to let you know, if you haven't already known, because you're on my email list and I sent out a communication a few days ago. The short of the story, there's a couple of quick announcements I want to make. The first one is that by the end of November, I'm starting to phase out of Stampin' Up. It's for personal reasons. I'm not going to get into it online right here. Those that know, and just know that. But my plan is to continue to still bring you creative lives every Sunday. I will resume scrapbooking. Now, what happened was, within the last week, what's kind of catapulting everything, and will explain my absence kind of here and there. Hello, Darcy. And hello, Corin. Thank you for sharing, Corin. Basically, this house we live in, it needs foundation work. And we are already getting started with that process. So what that means is my entire craft room, which I'll see normally is only like half of it. The rest of it has to be completely boxed up. We got to move it out along with everything else on the first floor. The foundation work has to be done. The floors have to be all redone, which honestly, I'm glad, because I wanted new floors. I just didn't want to have to get them that way. So my whole first floor of the house is going to be out of commission for a while. And so that gives me the time to get that done, resume normal lives, but I'm going to still try to do what I can, even if it's just a small video, at least once a week. And so, because what I do when I do it, I'm going to have to do it upstairs in the kitten room. And right now those kittens are all over the place, and that's going to be interesting. I don't know. I may have to move to my bedroom in order to pull off a live, but I just wanted to kind of give y'all a heads up that not only am I going to be dissolving the Stampin' Up business, I'm not going to be promoting Stampin' Up after November the 1st, but also my lives may or may not happen from week to week, depending on what's going on here at the house because of all the foundation work that needs to be done. So meanwhile, my focus is going to be getting the projects done and ready to go for fall retreat, as well as preparing for that. And then I think that's the only real commitment I have left, other than I have brain fog right now, the Christmas showcase. So I have all of that stuff as well that I need to complete. So, but I will still continue to bring you lives. It just will not be promoting Stanford products. And yes, yeah, that's crazy, Shannon. Mm-hmm. And then I'm raising babies. I'm raising foster babies right now because that's like I don't have enough to do. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, if you want to hang out to the end, I'm going to do all the drawings at the end, but we are going to go ahead and get going on what we're doing. So let me go ahead and flip my camera. Got it. I'll have to adjust my camera here. Give me a moment. I didn't bring it down before there we go. I think that'll be good because I'm going to be working with a 12 by 12 for now. And I'm going to leave that banner going across the screen for you. All right. So one of the projects that I'm going to be doing for the ladies at fall retreat is, and this is a sneak peek, ladies. So if you are attending fall retreat or you're taking it to go, this is one of the projects that we'll be making with the Winter Meadow paper. Let me bring that down a little bit. And it is originally I thought it was A4 size, but it's an A1 card size. So basically the little note cards, the smaller note cards that you can buy that are 3.5 by 5 inches. It's for these size cards. So, but the idea is here so that if you are making a lot of these little note cards and you want to gift it to somebody, that not only can you gift them already made, I'm going to open it so you can see the inside, but that you can gift the cards already made. There's enough space in here for 6 of them. And then also have your envelopes on the other side. And then it just kind of comes together with the ribbon. So if you remember a few weeks back, there was the sewing gift box. It's almost the same design, just the dimensions are just a little slightly different. And then we're going to make this little box to put on the front here. So, and then the back also has coordinating designer series paper. But for this project, I'm going to be using the garden walk. And I chose this particular DSP piece. And then there's the flip side to that. I haven't decided if I'm going to do both of these on the front and back or actually do coordinating. I think I'm going to do coordinating. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to get started. So we're going to make this today. And we're going to start from scratch. So we will go ahead and get started. Let me, oh, and by the way, while I'm thinking about it, yes, Shannon's be there. She's like, woohoo. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Darcy. Okay, so real quickly, I noticed Facebook took my last video down as well, the one where I did the Christmas cards. So I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to continue to stream to both Facebook and YouTube, but I'm going to highly suggest that you also follow me on YouTube and subscribe to me if you're not already there, because it's been a chore to go pull those names for prizes, and it takes me having to rewatch and fast forward through each video to get as many people. And that's only if I manage to do this, highlight a comment. Hello, Paula. So if I'm doing this, that's kind of like my way of of being able to go back and pull a name from Facebook, because when Facebook takes those videos down, all those comments, all those likes, all those shares, they go away, and I never see those unless it's still a notification and I can click on it and it shows that I shared it, that you shared it on your timeline or something. But that is way too much work, you guys. Y'all have no idea how much time that takes to go looking for names. So I'm going to highly suggest that you watch me from YouTube going forward. If you can only watch me from Facebook, that's fine. Just know that your name will most likely get missed when it comes to doing a prize drawing. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right. All right. To make this easy to start out, this is where I'm going to start with doing the demonstration so that I can just snippet this piece out for the tutorial for the fall retreat. So like I said, this video is serving two purposes. I wanted to do a live for you guys today, but I also need to pre-record a video and I can just do both of these at the same time. Okay. So we're going to start out with a 12 by 12. I decided out of all these colors on this designer series paper that I wanted to go with Poppy Parade. You could use Mossy Meadow or any of the other colors. There's a lot of colors on here. There's Mossy Meadow, Calypso Coral, Garden Green, Pretty Peacock, and Wild Wheat, although Wild Wheat is not on here. But any other color you could use, but I chose Poppy Parade. So we're going to start out with a 12 by 12 piece of Poppy Parade. I started out with a 12 by piece of Blueberry Bushel, but I don't doubt that an 8.5 by 11 sheet will also work as well if you don't have a 12 by 12. This is just easier for me to work off of. Now we have two pieces that we're going to be doing. The first piece is going to be this piece that's along the back. So basically like the outside shell. And I got my trimmer here. And let me extend the arm because we need to cut a piece that is, I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut it 9.5 inches. I'm going to cut it 9.25 inches. You'll see why. And then I'm going to cut it to 5.5 inches. I'm going to turn it sideways and cut it to 5.5. Now, this piece right here, I'm going to put it back in here because this one really only needs to be 9 inches. And I did that because I think when I tried it on an 8.5 by 11, I should have cut it this way the first time and just trimmed off a little sliver of this afterwards. This piece, you'll see why. Okay. I know that was confusing. So basically we have a piece of Poppy Parade that is 9 inches long by 5.5 inches wide. Now we're going to put this back in there with the long side up top, and we are going to do some scoring. We're going to score it at 4 inches. And then we're going to score it at 5 inches. And that gives a good inch thickness to it. So, you get a good inch and you can afford to put all those note cards and envelopes in there. Okay, so we have this piece. I'm going to set that aside. The other big piece that we had that was 9.25 inches long, we're going to put that back in here and we're going to turn it long ways and cut a 2 3/4 inch strip. Okay. This piece is this little box right here. So we're going to be making this box right now. And we're going to put it back in our trimmer. So ultimately you have a 9.25 inch long by 2 3/4 inch wide piece. So we're going to put this back in our trimmer and we'll do some scoring now. We're going to score at, get this right. We're going to score at 3/4 inches. Then we're going to score at 4 3/8. I know, I know. The 3/8 is the big tick before the 4 1/4 and the 4 1/2. Okay, that's your 4 3/8, and then 5 1/8, and 1/8 is the big tick between your 5 and your 5 1/4. Okay, there's 5 1/8. And then we're going to scoot this all the way down and do the last one at 8 3/4. Okay, so we have all those scores. Now we're going to flip this to the short side and we're going to score it at 3/4. Oh, let me move this cutter piece here. Let me move that. That is way too high. I could see me cutting that already. Okay. All right. So here we go. Now we have, I'm going to try to see if you can see where the score marks are. We scored at 3/4, 4 3/8, 5 1/8, and then 8 3/4. And then we turned it this way and we scored it at 3/4. Okay, so now we're going to do our box. While I have this out, I do need to cut another piece that is going to be a piece for the envelope. And I'm just going to make mine 11. Let's see, what is this? Oh, that's too short. I'm going to make mine a full 12. Since I used a full 12 by 12, I'm just going to use a 12. I'm going to use a 1-inch strip. So basically, this is going to be like a 1 by 12-inch strip, which is probably a little bit too long, but that's okay. I'd rather have it be long and it really overlap than it be too short, basically. And I'll come back later and cut designer series paper, but we're going to get the shells done first. Okay, this piece right here, we are going to, let me make sure I'm getting this, I'm looking at it the right way. Bear with me. We'll go ahead and do our fold where all your scores are. You can go ahead and do that at least. And then if you need to, you can also break out your bone folder and just burnish all those folds, even the one on the bottom. Yes, this is going to help to use your bone folder to help crease those edges there. And then let me make sure I'm going to fold over on the right side before I go telling you how to do that. Yeah, okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do some notching. Okay, so on this little piece right here, we're going to cut this up and then we're going to notch it. And then we're going to notch this little other side just like that. Then we come to the center. We're going to cut up until that score line on both of these. And then we're going to cut a little notch on the middle. Okay. And then over here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut all the way up to the score line. Or basically, we can just notch that. We're just going to notch this one and notch this one. Pull all those extra pieces out. So ultimately, what you have is you've got as you're looking at it, you've got the 3/4 inch side right here. And the little, I think that's the 1/2 inch side over here on this side. And all these pieces are notched out. Yeah, I think that's all. We're going to find out once I put this back together. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to close the box. We're going to close everything. But what we need to do is we need to put some glue. You can use glue. You can use tear and tape, whatever you want to do. And bear with me as I fumble with this. We're going to put some glue on this the shorter side flap right here. Okay, so we can close this box. And let me take that dried glue off of the edge there. Okay, so let's do that. I wouldn't put too much. That way it doesn't ooze out of the sides. Let's close our box. We're going to fold the 3/4 inch side over the smaller side and just line up the edge. You might have to hold it for just a tad for that glue to set, which is why, you know, you have the option of using tear and tape as well on that little bitty strap. Just make sure it lines up. I'm going to hold it for just a few seconds. Let me look at some comments. I can't highlight them right now, but let me see if I can catch up on some comments. Darcy says, let me see if I can highlight it. Let's see what Darcy says while this is drying. Darcy says, oh, Shannon's telling Darcy, if you have a smart TV that has the apps on it, you can download the YouTube app. If it's not already there, then log into your TV to watch. I think Stella watches from her TV. Stella, I think you watch from your TV, don't you? Yay, Mary Ellen. Hello, Donna. I know I'm missing some comments somewhere. Thank you for sharing. Shannon's asking a question in Facebook. Would it be hard to make this for the A2 cards? No, it would not. And in fact, I'm going to do tutorials for other sizes as well, because my original intention was to do it for like the full size cards that we make. But once I got going, I realized I was making the note card size. So, but since we have note cards, I still thought it was beneficial to just do a demonstration today with this particular size here. Hello, Susan. Okay, I think that's dry enough. As far as the bottom, okay, we have all these little flaps going here. So what we can do is, let's see. We can just put the little flaps on the inside. We can put this piece down. Now, when you go to close the bottom, pay attention to the last flap that closes. We want that flap to face the same direction that this rough side where we closed the sides, or at least that one side. We want it to be where it's the same as this side. So what we're going to do is we're going to put glue on here so that we can fold that other flap down. Okay, so let's get some glue on this side. I did do pictures when I did my sample that I'm going to be uploading in the tutorial, so you can see step 1, step 2, step 3, that kind of a thing. Okay, and then we're just going to fold this over. And I got glue on the bottom. Oops. If you need to, you can use your bone folder to get in there to help kind of press down. Flip it over where the flat side's on the bottom, and then just put something in there to help kind of mush it together. Okay, and there's the little box. That's the little box that's going to go on the inside of this little holder. Okay, all right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this back, and you can go ahead and fold where your scores are. Burnish your little edges there. Okay, so now we have our shell basically. And what you can do is you can go ahead and take this box. We're going to put glue on the back side of it. So remember, there's that rough side where it shows you flapped these flaps over. That's the side that we're going to put glue on. Okay, so you do want to pay attention to the side that you're going to add the glue on. And we're just going to put it along the back. You want to make sure it sticks pretty good. So you can be generous with your glue or your tear and tape, whatever you decided to use. And you know what? I probably should have waited, but that's okay. we're going to put this down, but we're not going to put it all the way down. We're going to leave a little bit of gap, like a 1/4 inch gap from the right, the bottom, and on the inside where the score mark is. Okay, so you can move it around. If you're using glue, you can kind of move it around a little bit. And I'm going to bring it up a little closer in just a minute when I get this straight. Now, I want to get in there and press it down, but my fingers don't move that way. So you can get your bone folder and get in there and just help it sit. Okay, give it a little pressure on the inside. If you have an acrylic block, you can probably get away with using an acrylic block too. But it's just easier for me to use the bone folder. And then let me just show you. You want to leave a little space on the right, a little space on the bottom, and then you want to leave a little bit of space over here. You don't want it to be directly on the score mark. See? So you got a little bit of room so it doesn't bulk up right there where it comes together. Okay, so now we have that. I should have done this other part first, but that's okay. On the back side over here, we're going to put a strip of ribbon going across. So that's where we are going to use some tear and tape. You can also use seal if you want to use seal. So basically about halfway. If you need to take and mark it, just mark between here and here, mark like the half to give you an idea of where you need to put your tear and tape. But I'm going to eyeball it because y'all know I eyeball things. Okay, so let's do that. And then we're also going to do the other side. Kind of line that up. You don't want it on that score mark. You do want it to go all the way across. Okay. All right. There we go. Now, ribbon. I'm going to go ahead and use the iridescent ribbon, the white that's out of the mini catalog, and I'm going to use a full 24 inches because I want to make sure that I have plenty of ribbon to go across this and plenty of ribbon to where I can make a really pretty bow that doesn't look like not to size, basically. I'd rather it be a little bit too big and have to trim off edges than it be too short and it looks funky, right? All right, so let's take this off. That's why I was like, oh, I probably should have done this first, you guys. But if you're doing this, you can totally, I would suggest watching the video through and then kind of going back step by step. Now we're going to take this long piece, this 24-inch piece of ribbon. It can also be a twine. It doesn't have to be this wide because any glue or adhesive that shows is going to get covered up by the DSP that we're going to use next. So you want to kind of center it, and it goes all the way across. Okay, and then just give it a little pressure. Okay, so now that ribbon is stuck and now things are starting to come together. Okay, so now let's do our DSP. You have the choice of covering the whole front, but I actually kind of like how it shows a little bit of the cardstock around the designer series paper. So it's basically a 4 by 5 1/4 piece. Let me double check that. I'm pretty sure it is. No, it's 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. I'm glad I double checked. 3 3/4 by, what did I say? 5 1/4. 5 1/4. So close. Close. Okay, so we got our front. And then let's do our back with the other side of this. And we're going to use these pieces. These will come in handy for the other pieces that we need. We're going to go ahead and cut a piece since we have our trimmer out, for this right here. And that one is going to be I should double check. I think it's, let me just double check. Guess it would help if I did that flat. 3.5. Okay, 3.5 by 2. 3.5 by 2. It's 2 each by 3.5. Gotcha. 3.5 by 2. And then as far as the strip for the envelopes, we already know that strip is 1 inch wide. So we're going to make this 3/4 inches wide by, let me double check the length of this. It's 5 inches. The right measurements will be in the tutorials, you guys. I've only done this once before, so I'm like, let me just double check. All right, so we got those out of the way. Let's bring this back, and this is our front. So let's get some glue on the back of this piece right here. Any adhesive will work, like the glue. Okay. And put that on the front. I can't tell which side is up because these flowers are going in all kinds of directions. So I don't think it really matters. But if you have a piece of designer series paper that is directional, you'll just want to make sure that you cut it and you put it on in the right direction. Okay. Now I'm going to flip that over, and I'm going to do this from the back side just because it's easier. Alternatively, you can go ahead and put the designer series paper on first before you put your box. Okay. I put the box on kind of prematurely. And then we're going to put this on the back side. So we're going to put glue on this side. And I hate covering up the other side, but it coordinates, right? So we're going to do that. Done. Do we do a sentiment? You don't have to do a sentiment on my sample one. The way the designer series paper was, there was a spot to put it on there, but like on this one, you can't. So I'm going to do something super simple just to add a little sentiment to the front. Do that best we can. Okay. And then now let's put this little piece on. Put some glue on the back of this one. All right. And then we'll put it this way. I think it's a little bit, I think I cut it the same height, but you can definitely cut it down if you want to see a little bit more of this poppy parade on the top and bottom, but that's okay. I see a little bit on both the left and right, so I'm okay with that. Move it into place. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make what we need to make this little strip over here that's going to hold the envelopes down on the left side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these envelopes out. I limited this box to only like 6 because after you do up some cards, it's going to help fill out. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our little note size cards. We're going to take that 1 by 12 inch strip that we have and kind of center it over vertically. And then we're just going to fold it around the back. You don't want it to be so tight that it's hard to get the envelopes out, but you do want to make it to where they're secure, and then flip the other side down. You don't have to take it to your score if you don't want to, but and then now you have these pieces on the back. We're gonna put a little glue on this end. I can get my glue where it overlaps. And just fold it over. Just line those up, fold it over. I'm gonna let it sit for just a few seconds. Now, on this side that we're already on, we're gonna put either more, you can put tear and tape or you can put glue. I'm gonna put more glue on the outside while I'm holding the inside down. Some good glue there. If you do tear and tape, I probably would do double strips just to make sure. This piece right here is going to go on the inside. So just center it, kind of like you're putting a mat down, just center it on there. Give it a little pressure. While this piece is down, grab the small strip that we cut, and that's going to go on the inside. So we'll go ahead and put, while I've got my hand on that, we're going to go ahead and put some glue. I have to pick my hand up for a little bit. We're going to put some glue on the back of this little strip. Crooked. It looks crooked to me. So I can straighten that out. There we go. And let's put it this way. We're just going to decorate that little strip with some coordinating paper. If you want, you could also use like the back side of it as well, since we use that piece on the back side. And then I'm going to take my note cards out of the other one. I got 6 of them on there. These are blank. I didn't do anything with them. But if you were making a set of like all the same note cards, you would put them in there already finished, and they fit perfectly inside that box. Pretty, right? And then now you basically can close your box. Show you what it looks like from the top. On the side, you can definitely put another strip of DSP if you want, but I kind of like that it's, you know, like that with the ribbon. Alternatively, you could also get another piece of Poppy Parade cardstock, maybe emboss it and put it on the spine, and then have your ribbon on the outside. Just trying to give you some different ideas on what you can do to kind of dress it up. Now we're gonna close it up. So we're basically just gonna tie a bow on the end here. And then we're gonna do a little sentiment, a little quick sentiment on the front. You can adjust your bow however big you want it. Like I said, I just wanted to make sure I had enough to pull this bow off, and then you can trim off any excess and just trim your edges up, clean them up a little bit so you have a nice pretty bow on the end. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use a little sentiment. I'm going to stamp it. Let's go ahead and do Poppy Parade. We'll do Poppy Parade. We're going to stamp from the Happy Label stamp set, this little one right here that says just a note. We're going to stamp that in Poppy Parade. And then we're going to do the scalloped piece to that in Poppy Parade. So let's get just a note. We're going to use our, I probably should have used a slimmer piece here. Let's do this, so I don't have too much waste. We're going to put this in the double oval punch. I can get that in there. Perfect. Just a note. And then with one of these scrap pieces of Poppy Parade, let me use a smaller piece I have over here. With one of these pieces, we're going to use the scalloped. Die cut a scalloped one. let's mount this. Gonna mount this with some glue. So this piece is going to go on this piece. And then we're going to take, I'm going to use a couple of dimensionals. I'm going to pop this up with a couple of dimensionals. Ooh, let me close this. And then let me fix this because it moved on me. Ooh, that's an awful scallop, you guys. What happened there? Oh my goodness. Hold on. That was awful. Let's try this again. I think I moved when I did that. Okay, that's so much better. Y'all didn't see that, but that was kind of rough looking. Let me put some more glue on that. Well, I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to record this for the tutorial. I don't know. It might be entertaining. We'll see. All right, let me put a couple more dimensionals back on that one. I didn't look at that one side before I started putting dimensionals on it, so sorry about that. Okay, all right, and now we're just going to put this on the front. You can put it in the center. You can put it down here. What do y'all think? In the center? Put a 1 if you like it in the center, or put a 2 if you want me to put it like down here. Center, down here. Number 1, number 2. Alternatively, if you had like a larger sentiment, you could, use some other dies that we have as well and do it that way. But I thought since they're note cards, like this little sentiment was kind of fitting, right? So Donna says 1, Stella says 2, Belinda, hey Belinda, thank you for watching from YouTube. Belinda says 1, Shannon says 2, Beverly says 1. So we have 3 1s so far and 2 2s. Oh, Darcy Dutton says 1. Beverly says 1. All right, let's just put it in the center. But I do like it the other way too, just so you know. I do like it the other way. All right. Now I'm going to break out our iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. And let's put a little bling here and there. I think that'll help dress it up a little bit more. Let's do that. Let's just do that. Let's put some big ones. Let's put some big ones here and there. Let's put a big one right there. I like how the color kind of comes through the iridescent jewels there. Let's put another big one down here somewhere. And then we're going to put some small ones because I got a lot of these, you guys. Oh, where did that go? There it is. Let's use some small ones kind of here and there. And then we'll be done. We'll put one right there. Let's see. I can't see. Like I can see, I just can't see. Let's put one. I'll put one down there. I don't know. It needs one up here. Let's do one up there. Let's do a small one up here. Okay, there we go. I think that'll work. That just helps give it a little bit extra kind of shine here and there. So let me show you the one that we'll be doing at retreat. We'll be using this paper. Unless you have another paper you want to use, you can totally substitute the designer series paper. But this one, let me bring this down a little bit more. This one is one that I think, see, you can see those sparkles. So any kind of jewel really will help kind of dress it up. And there's enough to where you can put 6 of the note cards, the 3.5 by 5 note cards with the coordinating envelopes. And of course, on the inside, totally looks cute when you open up the inside and you have the coordinating paper. You got a little spot. You can totally give this to somebody as a gift. And if they like writing their own note cards, you can leave the note cards blank or dress them up a little bit. I think it's a really cute, super cute gift to give to somebody, especially if they like to write note cards. But anyway, there you go. Where are we at right now? We are at 45 minutes. Oh my goodness. I didn't expect to be on this long, but I hope you like it. Hope you like it. Let me try to go back in. Thank you, Stella, Marcia. Hello, Marcia and Belinda. Where are we? Yes, it's very pretty paper. And there's so many different designs to it that you have so many choices. You know, this right here is like a general gift that you can give all year round. And I do have plans on putting together the measurements for the other size cards as well. Of course, those boxes will be bigger. And so that'll be like other lives to come as well. So let me, yes, don't forget to like and subscribe, especially if you're on YouTube. She says that makes the best paper. You can't mess it up. Correct. Thank you so much, Paula. Yes, I will remind you guys to try to just go ahead and subscribe to me on YouTube, because I have no idea if this video is even going to stay on Facebook after I end the live. So, but I do want to get some drawings out of the way. Also, don't forget my prizes going forward. Like this is the one that we did last week, and we're about to give away the copy that I made. But my prizes going forward through the rest of this year, whenever I do lives, is going to be a 2024 mini cap calendar. And so, and I'm going to be using that garden walk paper that I have, plus some other designer series papers that I have, so I can use those up. And so, but they'll all be a little bit different as far as probably the sentiment, or I might keep them all the same. I don't know. But just know that that's what's going to be the prizes. But I do have some other prizes that I need to give away. And let me go ahead and log in on my end over here. And let me share my screen. Share, create the wheel. There we go. All right. I think you'll be able to see this in the video here. Let me take that off. The August 23rd scrapbook video. I don't know if you can see that or if there's a glare, but the prize I had pulled for that was a package of the iridescent pearls basic jewels. So we're going to be giving that away. And that is one of the videos, I will tell you right now, that is one of the videos that Facebook removed. And I could not find they removed it. So I had no names to go off of. So these few people that are on this wheel, these are the people that watched from YouTube. So this is where I was telling you, you might want to start watching from YouTube, because I can capture those names and get all the comments. It doesn't tell me who liked it, but when you comment, that counts towards the drawing. Okay. So we're going to do that, and let me do some shuffling. So good luck, ladies, and let's spin this. Oh, and then the sound went away. It is spinning. So good luck. I have three drawings that I need to do. This one was the first one. And who's it going to be? Beverly. Congratulations, Beverly. Yay. All right, so let me get back to my wheels. Where's my wheels? And now it's the 910 video, which is, it was last week's video. And if you remember, click on that. If you remember, this was the calendar. the only difference between the one I just showed and the prize is that I had used the scalloped contour die for that piece of calypso coral that was on the inside, but it also comes with a coordinating envelope because that was a last minute decision to make an envelope for that. So we're going to be doing that, and let me do some shuffling. This is everybody that watched from Facebook or YouTube. In fact, yeah, I want to say Facebook, did they remove that video too? Let me look real quick while I'm on here. Let me look real quick. Let's see. Yes, they removed that one as well. Where'd it go? There we go. Y'all, I'm telling you, I have no idea what is going on. So the names on here, if your name is on here, it's because I highlighted you. I had an opportunity to highlight your name, but I had to go back through the whole video in order to pull your name. Otherwise, it'll say like YT beside your name, and that tells me that you were watching or you commented or you marked that you shared from YouTube. So that was the difficult part. So there probably were more names that were supposed to be on here, but because it was off, you watched from Facebook and they took the video away, I don't know who it was. And I know that, like I said, I know I missed highlighting some names. So that's why I was trying to highlight as many names as I could, but just know your name could get missed. So, and I hate that because I want to be able to give you credit if you watched, especially if you were destined to win, right? All right, so that's enough shuffling, and let's spin that to give away this mini calendar. And then I have one more after this. That's a redraw from several weeks ago. Who's it going to be? Let's see. It's Pat. Now, Pat was making these herself too. So yay. So Pat, you have an extra one. Thank you. Okay, now also, let me get back to my wheels. We'll just take scrapbooking. What did I just do, you guys? That was the 910 scrapbooking. 9-3. Okay, the 9-3 video, which was the Christmas cards, the first class kit for the first half of the month of September. Let me do some shuffling on that. As you can see, there says YT and Facebook. I had to do the same thing when I went looking for these names from that video. So if it says Facebook share or Facebook, that's because I highlighted your name, and that's the only way I was able to know if you were on that video. I know this is crazy. And then of course, if you watch from YouTube, that helped me to see who was watching from YouTube. And so I don't want to have to do this anymore, you guys. That was very, very time consuming. So let me shuffle this. I gave away those cards though. That's what's confusing me. I gave away those cards on another drawing, the Christmas cards. I don't remember who won because I don't remember what happened yesterday, let alone what happened 2 weeks ago. But I have a set of cards that was never claimed, and this has gone back like at least 3 weeks ago, maybe even almost a month ago, where Louise Hilger never claimed the cards she won. I don't know which ones are in here, so it's basically a surprise. I'm gonna go ahead and do this drawing, but I have no idea which cards these are, but they're free cards, so they'll still come in handy. So let's spin for those. Like a wheel that's not making any noise right now. on a moment. Raquel. I didn't see Raquel on here, but Raquel, you won the redraw of the cards, and like I said, I have no idea what's in there. I have no idea, but congratulations. So let me stop sharing. There I am. All right, and then let me come back here. Come back here. Yes, congratulations, everyone. Congratulations. Marcia asks, why are they doing this to me? I wish I knew. Quite honestly, I know I've said this before, and this is probably what's going to get this video removed after I'm done with the live, but my communications so far with Facebook, they're basically saying that I like, and this is going to explain why after the video, I don't go through and I like and comment and thank you for sharing. I'll just do a separate post and do like a blanket thank you as well as telling you on here. But they're telling me that when I like too many posts at one time, when I thank people for sharing, when I ask you to hit the like button or the thumbs up if you enjoyed the demonstration, everything is happening so fast on their end that they think I am spamming you guys, and they think that I'm being deceptive for asking for likes. I know that sounds crazy. I agree. That's ridiculous. I don't have this problem with YouTube, and that's why I'm going to be eventually just transitioning to YouTube, because I can't keep playing this game with them every week, wondering if my videos are going to be there or not. And so, and then of course, those that follow me on Facebook think I'm not doing videos, but I am. Those videos are out there. They're just on my YouTube channel. So if you're not already following me on YouTube, go follow me on YouTube. I think I took the other piece down, so I can't tell. Anyway, you can go to my YouTube channel. I'll put it, I'm going to do a post after this video just to thank everybody for joining me today and for sharing the videos, and for all your comments. And I'm going to put the pictures. I got to take a new picture of what we just did, because that was different than what I posted when I did the premiere. And then I'll just have to thank you all there. I just don't want you guys to think I'm ignoring you when I don't hit that, because they told me if that continues to happen, that they'll just ban me. I mean, it was really crazy how they said if you can't use Facebook responsibly, then they'll go to the next step when it comes to, taking me off of it. So, but I can't play that game every week. It's ridiculous. So we do have a first timer, Kat. Hello, Kat. Thank you for joining from YouTube. Corin says that I'm not the only. Well, I figured. Honestly, that I told him, I said, I've never had this problem before. Like, I do this after every video, within a reasonable amount of time. And sometimes I forget. But I said, I always go through and I thank people for sharing. You want to ask them, like, don't you want people to be on this platform and sharing the videos and just all the activity that's happening? But apparently there's a bot somewhere on their end that catches, that's routinely scrubbing through live videos now, and that's what's causing that. And so basically they said, well, if we weren't doing our job before, now we're doing it, is really what they told me in so many words. And I'm like, this is crazy. It's crazy. So other demos are doing the same thing. I can't blame them. So, but I didn't intend for it to be this long, but we are almost at the hour long mark. If you missed the beginning, I will tell you, for those of you that might have joined a little late, um, just as a summary, I am going to be phasing out of the Stampin' Up business. It is a personal decision, as well as we got to do some foundation work here at the house, and that's totally going to get me out of my element with having to pack this entire room and store it for a couple of weeks. So, but before I get off, I am going to do one more open crop in October. So that date is, if you're local to me, that date is October the 7th, 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. I'm saving all of the retired stuff that I have down here and in my closet, and I'm going to be bringing everything out because I am marking stuff down, you guys. I have got to get rid of at least all this retired stuff. And beginning the beginning of the year, everything should be back in order where I can get on here and be consistent with lies. I am going a completely different direction. And so, but I'm still going to be here to give you some creativeness and inspire you to do things with all of your craft supplies. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of details right now because I'll be announcing that other stuff later. But I do need to get rid of some of this retired stuff. So if you're looking for a really great deal, you can swing by Open Crop and look through all of the bundles, all of the stamp sets, designer series papers, embossing folders, punches. Y'all, I got it all. I got it all. And all the current stuff that I have, I'll be dealing with that after the first of the year. So if you're looking for stuff that's in the current catalogs, I'll be getting rid of that as well. But anyway, I got a lot to do between starting to pack up this room and figure out where I can temporarily go live, whether it's the kitten room or our bedroom upstairs, and then focus on getting all the stuff ready for a retreat. So there's lots of things to do. I'm just glad that you all are going to continue to join us on Sunday afternoons. If for some reason I can't, that's Mars. Hey, Mars. It's my son's girlfriend's cat. She went to college and we offered to take him in so that she wouldn't have to give him away. And he has figured out how to jump right here on the arm of the chair and hang out with me. Right, Mars? Mars. I can tell you what he wants. He wants a lean treat. Don't you, buddy? Don't you? There you go. Oh, anyway. Well, thank you all for, let me catch up on some comments. Donna says, just don't disappear. I don't have plans to disappear. I'm just not going to be promoting Stampin' Up. Facebook is in a realm of itself. I agree. But yeah, I will be more focused on YouTube. There's also a secondary reason for wanting to continue to build the platform on YouTube. And that is because there is a small bit of criteria that I have left to meet where I can get to the point where I can offer memberships and things like that. So there'll be perks to those particular offerings, because those will be basically like you can get a membership for whatever the dollar amount is established, and be able to get certain perks, certain videos, content, things like that, that's designed for basically members only kind of thing. So I don't know if y'all can hear that, but the kittens have started crying in the other room. So, because it is getting close to them getting fed. So Donna says, good luck on repairs, y'all. And we have a 2-story house, and we found out, I'm just chit-chatting here. So if you need to go, you can go. I'm just chit-chatting. We found out it's because of the trees that are on this lot. We've got 4 huge trees and a small tree on the side. And we were told they're in survival mode. So they are basically sucking out any kind of moisture that the foundation needs in order to remain intact. And that explains when they showed us the diagram of where all the points are around the house, where that are low, they all are on those outside walls where those trees are. So we got to cut those trees back a little bit so they're not taking up the resources that are intended for the foundation, or just get them cut down. I don't know, but it's certainly something that we weren't expecting, but we have to get it done. And then we'll just move forward. Like, what do you do? But I do look forward to getting everything out and then doing a really good clean. We got to get the floors fixed too, because 2 of the pilings that they have to do on the inside of the house are right here in my craft room. All the other ones are in the living room and going towards the kitchen, but this room, so I'm getting new floors, yay, but I didn't want to have to get them this way, but at least I'll get new floors out of the deal and the house will be back to being level. So yes, thank you. Well, thank you all for joining me this afternoon. Like I said, if there's a reason why I can't go live, I will let you know at least the night before. It'll be a last minute decision. Other than that, I do plan on coming live every Sunday still, at least. And then even if it's just for a super quick little show you how to do something, I'll still be here. But other than that, y'all have a great day. Make sure to check on your elderly neighbors. We're going to start enjoying some cooler weather here in Texas finally. And other than that, we will see you all next week. Bye, y'all.